Hare Krishna. The first step in the journey of self-discovery, in our journey, is to understand the value of human life. So, there are some people who say that humans are just rational animals, or that humans, we are just like it's a dog eat dog world, or we have these animal instincts within us. So many times we kind of compare human life with animal life. And some people do say that I think animals are better than humans. There are people who prefer animals over humans. But what is the value of having a human life? Is it any better? Is it worse? Because if we look at it, there are many animals who have better abilities than humans. An eagle can see further than any man. An elephant can eat more kilos of food than any person. Right? In that way, a cheetah can run faster than any person. So if you look at animals per se, they have more skill sets than human beings. Yet we all feel and we know that human life is definitely more precious, more better. If not for some reason or other, it's more just advanced, as we say. But what is this advancement? Because in today's age, we find all problems in society are happening to humans, not to animals. If you talk about depression, if you talk about suicidal tendencies, if you talk about loneliness, only humans suffer this. We don't find animals being lonely or animals getting depressed. So, how special is human life? Let us look towards a shloka, a verse which comes in the Mahabharata. Mahabharata means the great history of Bharat, which is India. So in this Mahabharata, there's a beautiful shloka which speaks about how humans and animals have extreme amount of similarities, but there is something that which makes human life stand out. So the shloka of the verse goes like this. Ahara nidram bhayamaitunam cha samanyametat pashubir naranam. So here they mention four things. Ahara, nidra, bhayam and maitunam. That is eating, sleeping, mating and defending. These four activities are common between man and beast. Man and animal do the same thing. Right? We eat, they eat. We sleep, they sleep. Man is looking for a mate to procreate. Animals also just procreate. And defending, we are very eager to defend and to attack and whatnot. And similarly, animals have the same tendencies. So, ahara nidra bhaya maitunam cha samanam etat pashubir naranam. The pashu, the animals, and the nara, the humans, have both similar qualities. Then what is the difference? The difference here is mentioned. What is the teham adhiko vishesho? What is the special and enhanced quality? Dharmam. That humans have what is called as dharma. And this word dharma means they have an intrinsic capability to understand or to appreciate spirituality. So in essence, if we do not go after a spiritual life, then our whole life is just simply eating, sleeping, mating and defending. That means we are no better than, well, basically any other animals. So sometimes this same shastras, they kind of poke fun to human beings. They say that you guys are like two-legged animals. Because if all we do in life is just eating, sleeping, mating and defending. Now someone may argue, but I do it in a much more refined way. I eat in a 5-star hotel. Well, a dog eats on the street. But the amount of satisfaction derived is the same. You may be eating, the dog is also eating, but it's the same activity. Similarly, sleeping. Now, many times we spend so much to get a beautiful bedroom with air-conditioned room and soft bed, and then we fall asleep. But while we are asleep, we don't even realize where we are or what we are sleeping on. But the quality of sleep is there. And similarly, you see in any animal like a cat or a dog, they can just easily lie down on a road and fall asleep, and they have the similar kind of quantity of or quality of sleep. So these four qualities of eating, sleeping, mating and defending, they are very, very similar to both human and animals. But this shloka, this verse in Mahabharata is saying the one true unique additional point is that of inquisitiveness, of inquiry. If actually we can enhance or spark out the spiritual aspect of our lives, then definitely that is what makes us human. So the niche or the most important part of being human is actually yearning or going towards looking for that spirituality. So dharmo ki tesham adhiko vishesho dharmena hina pashubir naranam. And if one doesn't have dharma, if one doesn't have that kind of a spiritual purpose, then one is as good as animals. So in this way, we can understand that humans are definitely more privileged only in the aspect that we can inquire. Now, this is not intelligence, because even animals have intelligence. A cat, for example, so expert. The cat knows that it wants to get milk from the kitchen, and it looks left, it looks right, it sees that nobody is walking into the kitchen, and then it goes and gets the milk. So animals do have intelligence, animals do have emotions, animals do have that ability to discern, right? Sometimes even you see a dog crossing the street, it will wait for, make sure there's no cars. So they do have that intelligence. So it's not intelligence which makes us better, but it's that yearning to connect, to understand that I am something more than this body. It's a very subtle thing, and therefore it is called as dharma, the intrinsic ability to head for spirituality. So this is the first step in the journey of self-discovery, that we come to understand that the special privilege a human has, it's not so much the intelligence, the determination or whatnot, but it's mainly that we have the ability to seek for a spiritual purpose in life. And without seeking a spiritual purpose, we are as good as animals. Seeking a spiritual purpose necessitates that then determination, right choice, and all these other things come into play. Animals work by instinct, right? If they feel hungry, they eat. But humans, we work by choice. So you see, we can do fasting. Fasting, like we choose not to eat. Animals don't undertake any voluntary kind of austerities, and animals want to say that, look, today I'm fasting. An animal will not do that. So humans have this ability for spiritual longing, for spiritual understanding. At the same time, we have the ability for choice, for making choices in life, for taking choices, right? Taking chances. And we also have the ability to put forward our earnest determination. Just like when you're fasting and you make a determination that I'm not going to eat anything today. So this kind of ability is what makes us human. And therefore, let us now focus on these abilities and harness them and make our journey successful. Hare Krishna.